Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads from GayGamer.net here with another weekly video podcast. As you know, this past weekend was New York Comic Con, and that's why the delay on this, because normally I shoot it on Sunday to upload and go up on the site on Monday, but if I had tried to do that, it would have basically been like, hi, Chris Eads, Gamer, welcome to another video podcast, because Comic-Con is exhausting. But I did get to play some great games. I checked out some stuff from Square Enix, and I checked out some stuff from Capcom. I embarrassed myself on Street Fighter V, because I'm so bad at fighting games. Like, seriously. He's like, no, press this and that. And I'm like, I am, and it's not working. And I just couldn't pull off half the special moves he wanted me to. But anyway, whatever. It was really fun. And, and there's also great pictures of cosplayers, as always. Look for the gallery on the site. Look for all the articles and the cosplay galleries in the next week or so on GayGamer.net. And this year, I actually tried doing some cosplay myself. Last year, I had dressed up in my gayness costume from Halloween for Comic-Con, just for the one day when I was working the Geeks Out booth. And this day, I wore it for Saturday and Sunday, and a little bit of Friday. And I dressed as Aqualad from DC Comics. The problem is that I discovered is that not a whole lot of people know who Aqualad is. So there were a handful of people who asked to take my picture, but you know, people ask to take your picture if you have a really good costume that's like elaborate and impressive, or if you're a girl with the boobs out. Seriously, I noticed a lot of like really creepy dudes taking pictures of the girls, and it's unsettling sometimes, but so because my costume was an obscure character with his classic costume from the like 60s, 70s, 80s, and not the new version with the new costume, I'm not even sure who Aqualad is right now in the new 52, but I don't know, because DC Comics is kind of a mess. But anyway, yeah, so I wore that, and I worked I ended up working the Geeks Out booth on Sunday morning. So I was there all Sunday morning into the afternoon, because nobody wants to work the Sunday morning shift, because Saturday night is the Geeks Out party at Snikt party at Rock Bar, and so everybody was all hungover and everything, so nobody wants to have to be to Comic-Con at 10 a.m. in the morning after that. But I had to. So, yes, it was exhausting, but it was fun. And it's also funny because I'm also trying to play new games, which Comic-Con kind of cuts into your gaming time. But I do have, I am trying to play Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater on the Wii U for review. And I am scaring myself for you people. And then, of course, I am also playing Rock Band, because that came out finally. And, oh my god, let me just tell you, that was a disaster. A complete disaster. So, as you know, if you watch my podcast regularly, I had to purchase the band in the box, because my old Xbox One wired instruments won't work with the 360 at all. And I don't have wireless instruments where I could get the one with the adapter. Which, also, it turns out that apparently you couldn't find the Xbox One version with the adapter anywhere on Tuesday. There was like a slight delay on that one. I think it came out like Friday or something. But I needed the full band in the box so that I could have new instruments that would all work with the game. And I'm like, so I pre-ordered it, but I couldn't pre-order it from Best Buy because they had sold out of pre-orders for the Xbox One, and I couldn't switch to the PS4 because A, I don't have a PS4, and B, I wouldn't be able to re-download all my DLC for free. So I had to stick with the Xbox. So I went with Amazon to pre-order, because if you pre-ordered, you got 30 free downloadable songs. So I want my 30 songs. So I ordered it from Amazon. I'm all paranoid because then I find out the day that's shipping, I check the tracking number to check to see where it is, and it's coming UPS. And I'm like, oh crap, UPS is kind of lame, and they sometimes don't ring the bell, and you'll just go downstairs and find the slip saying, hey, we tried to deliver, and I'm like, you didn't try very hard. But my husband was home that day, so I knew. So from work, I'm like checking in, I'm checking the tracking number, I'm saying it's out for delivery, and I'm like, I'll let you know if it says it was delivered to run downstairs and see if it's like they tucked it behind the garage or whatever, like, you know. And then he texts me and says, your package was delivered, it's fine. And I'm like, yay! But a friend of mine said that he had heard that sometimes the Xbox One bundle was either missing the game, it had all the instruments but no actual game in the box, or it came with a PS4 guitar for some reason. And this was apparently an issue. And I'm looking around the internet and I'm not finding this. And he's like, oh, I saw it on the Harmonix forums and I saw it over here or whatever. And I'm just like, crap. So I text my husband and I said, listen, can you just open my UPS package and check to make sure that it's the Xbox One version, it has a game, and it has the guitar and whatever. He messages me back and says, actually, it is a PS4. And I'm like, what? And I had thought he meant it was the PS4 guitar. And I'm flipping out, and I'm like, God dang it. So I contact Amazon, I said, I need to return this. And I don't want to exchange it because it's a huge, heavy 20-pound box well, my husband actually brought it back to UPS for me because I was at Comic-Con. But I'm like, I can't keep exchanging it if it's going to be messed up every time. I don't know how frequent the problem is. So I was like, you know what, let me just go to Best Buy and just buy it in person, and then I can just check the box there. And that's what I did. I went to Best Buy, bought it, opened it up, everything was fine. Plus, they're like, oh, are you a member of the Gamer Club? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, then you get a discount. You get it for like $200 because you get 20% off. And I said, oh, that's awesome. But then I realized that that was the subscription Gamer Club, and I'm only on the base one that's free, so I don't get discounts and stuff. But I decided to sign up for it because you sign up for it and it's $30 for 2 years. So really I only saved $20 off it since I paid $30 for the membership. But I get double the points, and I get 20% off that plus anything in the future. So, you know, Tomb Raider's coming out in November, so I'm going to be buying that. So, I'll get 20% off that. Yay! And, games are expensive now, so 20% can actually add up. You know, like a $60 game, that's like $12 off. Suddenly it's $48. So that's pretty nice. Oh, but what's hilarious is that when I talk to my husband, like I'm messaging him, and I'm like, listen, I'm just going to contact Amazon and get a refund. And I'm like, what I misunderstood, Amazon didn't just send me an Xbox One band in a box with a PlayStation guitar. They actually sent me the PlayStation band in a box, which I did not order. I ordered the Xbox One version. I misunderstood my husband in that the whole box, the whole thing, was PlayStation. So that was a rare fuck-up on Amazon's part. Usually they're pretty good. But, yeah. So, but I didn't want to have to wait and have to go back and forth with Amazon, so I just bought it at Best Buy. Everything's fine. Then I heard that there were people having trouble getting their instruments to work properly with the game, and I'm like, oh my god, never buy a game at launch, what are you thinking? But I really wanted to play Rock Band. Luckily, everything worked fine. And so, I am going to be posting a review of it. I know it's a bit late, the game's been out for a week, but, I want to have my say, and, I'm enjoying it. The upshot, the actual playing of the game, still super fun. However, the changes that they've made from 3 to 4, there are some changes that I love, and there are some changes that I am not quite so crazy about. But I'll detail all that in my review, and then come back here next week, and I will have more to say about Rock Band or Fatal Frame or whatever. So, I will see you back here next week. Same time, same station. Bye!